Okay, so I am just filming this yard walkthrough. Um, End of April. This is the front, just so I can remember what it looked like. And we got a lot of the poppies I got from Wendy Perkins starting to bloom. There's a bunch more that aren't blooming, but these first few are blooming in with the roses where the tree died and crushed the yard. But so they're looking nice. And then I'm just gonna walk around. And we got a couple over here starting to bloom on the side of the yard. That's where flowers usually go to die. A lot of stuff not blooming in this patch. It's being taken over by some asters and other stuff. So this persimmon I got at the meteor and with all the blackberries I thought had died is sort of alive. This sad peach tree by the honeysuckle is actually loaded up with peaches. So maybe we'll get those before the birds. We'll see. Meow, cat tussle. Meow. This Russian pomegranate's doing good, and then there's another one here, and a couple others. This apple's barely alive. That apple died. That apple's sort of alive. This cherry tree is doing okay-ish. This one's doing really good, but of course, the birds tried to get them all, so I've bagged some cherries and I'll get some. And we've got our strawberries and a poppy underneath. So it's spring, yay! Plum cot's got quite a few little plum cots on it. So again, we'll be fighting the birds. And there are a ton of these sweet treat blueberries. So I'll get between 1,000 and 0. We'll see how the birds do. I only have like 6 of these candy heart blueberries and 3 of them are already damaged, so we'll see how it goes. But this other sweet treat blueberry is also just covered with little blueberries. So we'll see if I get those or if the birds get them. And then onto the pluots. We got these flavor grenades. There's tons of these. It dropped a lot of them already. But again, we'll see. Maybe we'll have fruit, maybe we won't. And this quadruple grafted pluot's doing good. This Flavor King has a ton. The Flavor Queen branch is just sucking the life out of everything else without having a ton of fruit. And then these dapple dandies, there's a ton on here. So we will see if we get any of these get to be for me or if they'll just all be for the birds. There's huge clusters over here. Biscuit's trying to be in the shot. She's like, I'm the kitty. Ton of these dapple dandies, but I've never gotten any. It's always been birds and other bugs, but maybe this year it'll be for me. And here's a big fluffy poppy blooming, lots of layers, back by the strawberry hill with some kale and irises. It's doing all right. Poppies back here, starting to bloom. Just a lot of stuff. These poppies that are underneath the trees are doing good. There's a whole bunch more about to bloom. There's only a couple. It's going to look real nice in the next couple days. There's a few over here, one with a little white center blooming. Super cute. Alright, here's a patch of poppies in the mound bed I'm trying to mulch down. They're here. I got my peppers. I wasn't gonna get a bunch of crazy hot peppers, but then I did. So we'll see how they go. They're doing real well. Got a Reaper, a ghost pepper, some other peppers going on. Got a bunch of poppies about to bloom, but not blooming, with this clover and the buckwheat that I think is very cute. And there's a couple poppies starting to bloom with these radishes that bolted and never made radishes. They're pretty. And here's how little my other hot peppers are. My Naga Viper, my Dragon's Breath, and I got a Sugar Rush Peach. They're on a little tray by the asparagus, which is huge. I always get bored of eating it and just let it become ferny. Maybe next year I'll be more healthy. And this poppy in this pot's gonna bloom, and all this kale, there's other poppies in there. We'll come back to this next week. And there's a whole row of boysenberries that are going to be delicious, and that rack back there is all berries, more kale and other stuff, and not blooming, about to bloom. There's a whole patch of poppies here. They're just about to bloom. So soon this will be super colorful, and we're gonna end this.